Hey everybody, it's Lashes Lane. Welcome to the new and improved setup for my podcast, Bad Witch Babbles. I'm here with my twin sister, Paige Lavoie, and we have been laughing hysterically for about 15 minutes now. We'll see if it happens again. Hi, Paige.
Hi, it's been an hour. It's
Has
been
it
an
literally
hour
been an
of
hour?
us giggling for over nothing. Just we try to record an intro and it's like, oh, hi. Oh, pleasure to meet you. Nice day we're having here. And we both just look at each other and start laughing hysterically. But now we're here and we're serious and we're professionals.
Yeah, we're professionals.
Mhm.
Paige and I go way back.
And we've known each other for a long time. Yeah.
And we're excited to do this. Paige,
Hi.
how's it going?
It's going good.
Yeah.
It was our birthday yesterday
Yes, it
as of the day
was.
we're recording this. And so I feel like we've just, maybe that's why we're so giggly. We just like
We just had a birthday. We just
Yeah,
had a
we're both
birthday.
35.
35. Yeah, of course we're both 35. We're literal twins.
Literal twins.
Yeah, if you're listening to this and you're not watching it, I'm sorry, because we literally have almost the same speaking voice, except Paige sounds nicer than I do.
That's not true. I don't think so.
I think it is.
Okay, say a compliment and we'll see if it sounds sarcastic.
You
And
look really nice today.
you look really nice today.
Yeah, so you're nicer than me.
Oh no.
I'm like the self-proclaimed evil twin.
But you're not. You're very nice.
I'm nice.
Yeah.
I think I just bumped the microphone. Oops.
I'm nice.
I'm nice. Whatever.
Mhm.
Today was very exciting. Paige was on the radio
It
and
was.
I stopped by her house and listened to her. It was like an inception moment because I was like filming you, listening to you.
Yes. This
Yeah.
does make it sound like I'm a musician or something, that I was on the radio, like playing
Should we say
my
what you
hit
do?
album. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So would you like to tell the people at
Sure.
home what you do?
Hi, everyone. I am a romance author. So I have a couple of books. My current series that I've been talking a lot about lately and promoting is called Mothman in Love. And it starts off by a burnt out social media influencer ditching her life online, moving to the middle of nowhere, and Mothman just happens to fall on her roof and also her heart. It's been really exciting. So that's what I was talking on the radio about today.
On the radio.
On the radio. And I've also been really lucky for the Bad Witch shows to do some really cool raffles with you for the VIPs and stuff.
Yeah, we've done giveaways, I think, almost every single Bad Witch Burlesque theater show. So if you are a VIP at my shows, you get a ticket and you have the chance to win some cool prizes. And yeah, we've been lucky to have your book as a prize quite a few times. People
Yeah.
get excited. They're like, yes, I have the other one at home. And they get excited about it. So I think, burlesque and loving Mothman go hand in hand, especially
so, too.
spooky burlesque, you know?
Well, yeah, because I mean, what's not to love about like a 7-foot tall creature with red glowing eyes, you know?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a memory of your first like paranormal crush?
Oh, wow, you're asking me the questions. I was intending to interview you, madam. First crush. Jeezy.
Do you want to think about it?
Do you have yours?
I have a couple.
Okay, well, of course you do.
I think my first paranormal one that I can remember is Billy from Hocus Pocus.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one. I've met Doug Jones a couple times. He's so
He
nice.
seems like he would be just so nice. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I love him in all of his roles. I actually have a cameo like written. If the Mothman in Love books ever became movies, there's a character, Heather has an uncle named Doug,
Oh,
who is like tall and kind of gangly and like I think handsome, but like wears like a ugly Christmas sweater, but it's Halloween.
oh my gosh,
And
cute.
is like sitting in her kitchen and makes her hot cocoa and like is just a real nice guy.
nice fella.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just always imagine him not in any monster makeup, just like as himself having a cameo. Because I think that would be so funny. Because imagine these movies where you have all of these special effect, like practical monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And iconic Doug Jones is there just getting to be himself.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
makeup,
yeah,
no
yeah,
prosthetics. Yeah.
I think Billy is such a good one. I don't know if this is the first one, but Gary Oldman in Dracula is such a babe. Such a babe.
Is there a reason why you find him so appealing?
I don't know. Is the style?
The style,
The romanticness?
yeah.
He's going to come get his girl.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've crossed oceans of time to find you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have misquoted it, but we all know.
It's so good. Yeah. And the style, the fashion, the romance, love. I was rooting for him. That's how you know that you're a spooky girl, when you're rooting for Dracula, not Keanu Reeves' character.
Yeah.
Love Keanu Reeves. Just watch Bill and Ted.
Sorry, Jonathan Harker.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I just watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So
like when you're not rooting for Ted.
Yeah. Ted, don't be dead, dude. I love Bill and Ted. But so I stepped away from the podcast for a second because I have a hair in my eye. I think it's a wafting cat hair because I have 3 cats.
Cat hair?
What?
Wafting cat hair?
Yeah. It wafts through the air.
We can cut this.
I hope it's not a cat butt hair. I'm going to get pink eye.
No.
Anyway, where were we? We were talking about crushes.
Yes. Yeah.
Monster crushes. So I have a couple questions for you.
Okay. I'm ready for a couple questions.
What monster? We'll get back on track with Mothman soon, but I've been dying to know.
Yes.
What monster do you think has the best booty?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, Mothman's like pretty iconic with his booty because he has the whole statue in Point Pleasant where it's the shiny hiney. That's what it's called. That's its name. That's its full legal name is the shiny hiney. Did you not know?
No, man.
Really?
No.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to show you a picture. So people do put quarters in his butt. Did you not know this?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Super
new. They do. They go to the statue and they put quarters in his butt.
In his butt?
Gotta make a wish. So I beheld it when I visited.
Did you put a quarter in there?
No. And here's the horrible story.
You got a QR code on the cheeks?
You know I did. But you gotta support your local cryptids by Venmoing them. The QR.
Scan the booty cheek.
Scan the booty. That's how I'm going to start taking payments at book events. I'm going to print a Mothman butt with a QR code.
Oh, okay. I was like, please don't put a QR code on your booty.
On my butt? No.
Yeah, I wouldn't even do that on my butt. And I do burlesque. Like, I've seen girls do QR codes on their booties and on their pasties too. Oh. Yeah. Kind of cool.
It's fun. Whatever. Not me. I'm shy.
I'm shy. I'm so shy.
So you asked who has the best booty, and I said Mothman's butt is pretty iconic.
Yeah.
And I think I have to go with Mothman's butt. I'm trying to think of other butts.
Swamp monster?
I mean,
lean, right?
That's what I'm currently working on. The Swamp Monster book. We can talk about it.
Okay, cool.
I would say I think he has a pretty good butt.
But not as good as Mothman?
Huh. He is more like lean swimmer's
muscle
body kind of thing. So I think it's a little bit flatter. I don't think it's double caked up with nowhere to go. I think he's got great legs, and I think he has a good butt, but I don't know if it's quite as iconic as Mothman's butt. So that's hard.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I like the Mothman answer.
Yeah. Thank you.
So with Mothman, Heather's a burnout influencer. Have you felt burnt out on social media? And can you give some advice to some folks that are suffering from social media burnout?
Sure. I gave this face. If you're not, if you're listening and not watching, I did a funny face to Lashes Lane over here because she knows firsthand all of the burnout that I've had, because sometimes you're feeling real burnt out and you need to call your sister and be like, I don't feel like I'm any good. I feel like I'm just shouting into the void on social media. My post didn't perform well, all of these things. And it's really easy. And we talk about this, I think, somewhat frequently of to tie your personal value and your accomplishments into what you're sharing on the internet and the kind of engagement it gets. And that's been a really difficult thing to try to figure out how to separate those two things. Yeah. Because just because your post about your book got 3 views doesn't mean your book isn't good. Or, you know, just because the outfit picture you posted didn't get seen again, like an algorithm thing, or no one commented, it doesn't mean you didn't look beautiful. And that's really hard to kind of like sink in. And I think it's really important to have communities outside of the internet, which can be really hard. Like during the pandemic, that was difficult. I feel like my entire social life was on the internet. And then it can be also hard if you live somewhere like rural, where the big communities of people are going to be people that you're chatting with maybe on a Discord group or what have you. But even that is away from the public facing internet when you're in a group chat or a Discord channel or a forum or whatever. And I would say find those communities, lean on your friends, go out and have like adventures that aren't tied to all those things that you're posting. We've been hitting the gym together, and I feel like that's been really nice. It's just difficult, and I feel like because of the nature of our jobs, that it's going to be like good on some days, bad on some days, but it's just really important to make sure you're separating yourself from that content on some level.
Yeah. That's good advice. So find like a social group. There's a local bookstore here that just started a walk club too.
It's called The New Romantics. It's really great. It's pink pastels. They have so many community events. They have a walking book club that you can all listen to your audiobooks and go for a walk together. There's in-person book clubs. They're doing, when is this coming out?
Next week.
Okay, so they're doing a Galentine's thing on Thursday. That's going to have a bunch of vendors and authors. I'm going to be signing at it, and they're really like becoming champions in like community and helping people connect with each other, which I think has just been really cool.
That is cool. And they're so new too. Like they're a very new
They've been
location.
open for, I think like a month and a half or 2 months? 2 months now. Yeah.
Yeah. They opened when we did the Christmas market.
We're at the Christmas market, and I was over doing a book signing, which was really cute because we were in the same plaza. Yes.
If you guys don't know about No BS Bakehouse, and this is your first time tuning into anything on my channel, No BS Bakehouse is our mom's business that I run half of. I do all of the marketing and socials and all the business side things, and she does the baking. So yeah, it was cute. We were taking over a neighborhood.
Yeah. And I eat the cookies sometimes.
Yeah. You're a taste tester. You're an official
taste tester.
Yeah. We have like roles in the business. Paige is one of the official taste testers. I'm the main taste tester.
Yeah.
And we don't trust our dad's opinion because he eats everything. He eats anything. That's what I'm saying.
It's just, that's what that level of hot sauce your whole life will do to a palate. That's like one of my dreams is to do like a spicy ramen challenge or a spicy hot wings challenge with Dad.
I thought that you were going to say one of my dreams is to have like a Mothman hot sauce. Monster
the unexpected
hot sauce.
Yeah, it's like a sweet and spicy.
Ooh.
Yeah, because the series is very like cozy cottage core, but like with a little spice in there.
So I have to tell everybody, I'm not a big reader. I love the Mothman in Love. What do we say? Trilogy.
That's the word. Trilogy. When it's 3 books. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's it. You did it.
You're like Lord of the Rings.
No. Although there are similarities between, do you remember the Lord of the Rings Legolas fanfic that I wrote when we were teenagers?
How could I forget?
Do you remember that I printed it out and it was in that binder?
How could I forget?
There's similarities because in that one, it was a self-insert, but I was at our grandparents' house. And they lived
the book?
In the book. I was up by the lake. So in the wilderness, and you don't remember it at all.
Well, I remember you wrote it. I'm not going to remember every detail.
I need like a detailed summary. No, I was like, I disappeared into the wilderness, and then I like Legolas was there.
No way.
Yeah. So sometimes there's something about running off to the woods and a hot guy with pointy ears just being there.
Yeah. With his flat iron. You know, Legolas had like a weekly blowout and then one of those heat brushes.
Oh yeah.
So Mothman.
Yes.
What made you think I want to write a book about Mothman?
It was during the pandemic, and I think we all got a little silly, a little stir crazy. And I had this random idea where it was like a silly passing thought where physically I'm here, emotionally I'm in a remote cabin in West Virginia nursing a Mothman back to health. And that was like just the whole thought. And I started riffing on it, and it became this idea, and the characters started to develop, and I went, oh, I think this is a book. And it became my little form of escapism. While I was stressed out and I couldn't sleep, I would just type on my phone all these different ideas for scenes. And eventually I went, oh, I think this is like, actually, I think I'm writing a book right now. And that's how the first one was born.
I remember you were working on a different project, correct? And you
Yes.
started Mothman like as your little side,
Little side
quest,
piece, yeah.
and it became your main piece.
Yeah. It happens like that sometimes.
Yeah.
I can't remember what project I was working on, maybe I was in editing for Dear Galaxy.
I believe you were.
Which is a whole, sometimes when you're editing a book, it's just such a different part of your brain because you're not in the throw ideas, drafting, writing down anything you think of. You really are like refining and doing continuity. And Dear Galaxy was such a big project. It's out now, but it was my first time writing anything that takes place in outer space. It's also like a road trip. It's a scavenger hunt. So there are all these moving pieces, and editing it was fun, but like super exhausting with all the little pieces I had to put together. And Mothman was a great way to just like play and have fun and like really honor that like 18-year-old Paige writing fanfic and just like being as wild and silly as I wanted.
I feel like it hit at a really good time. Mothman's hot, obviously, but Mothman's hot right now. Like the people want the Mothman.
Yes.
The people need the Mothman. And you came out with this book that's like, you want some Mothman?
Here he is.
You want to stick a quarter in this butt?
And they do. No.
And get like a gumball out? No,
my
sorry. I'm
God.
sorry. Okay, this is why we can't do a podcast
No,
together.
We're too wild.
We're too crazy. Mothman. 3 books. Do you have a favorite of the 3, or do you love them all?
I love them all for different reasons. I think my favorite book is always the one I'm working on.
Okay.
But when I think that there's something really fun about the second book in the series, because you're seeing Mothman's origins. It's their first, I think, like big sort of conflict, and you never at any point in time in the series think that they're gonna break up or anything like that. But I also got to take the characters not only to like a mystical fairy realm, but also the Mothman Festival, when it's just in its own right is very magical. So I got to play in a lot of different settings, introduce like this whole court of these like bug like fae shape-shifting creatures, and it was like just a ton of fun to plan out.
And you meet Sprout.
You meet Sprout. You meet the best boy. Sprout is their dog, who is this, I imagine, kind of like a mix between Max from The Little Mermaid and the personality of the footstool, Sultan from Beauty and the Beast. With like, so like big fluffy black and with like big ears and red eyes, and it's just like...
I personally want to get a black Pomeranian and name it
Sprout.
That's like my life goal now.
One of our good friends, Megan, her late Pomeranian Rex, to honor him, put a little patch of gray on one of his Sprout's paws, because I also imagine like an oversized Pomeranian.
Yeah. Oh, those are good movie doggos for inspo. Yes. The footstool too.
Yeah, just that energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, the second book is so special. So I'm starting over.
Yes.
Book 1, book 2, and then I'm going to read book 3. So it's like binging a Netflix series, and I'm excited. If someone is a like binger, they want to read everything at the same time. Mm-hmm. What do you recommend? Is there something special they could maybe do? Oh my
goodness. Well, yeah, we haven't even gotten into this yet.
Yeah,
currently,
let's talk about it.
There is a Kickstarter for our special edition. So this is through my publisher. They reached out to me. Gosh, it was probably like 6 months we've been planning this, where maybe even a little longer. They said, hey, your series is completing. We'd really love to do a special edition if that's something you'd be interested in. And so through that, we have designed these like really beautiful special hardcovers. There are character cameos on the back, all sorts of like fun add-ons and goodies, including one of the stickers that is in the sticker pack will be of Sprout. But they're all it's just so lovingly redesigned from the inside out. We hit 50% towards our goal on the second day of the Kickstarter, which was really exciting. And it's been really cool to see and engage with the community around it. So yeah, it's only going to be available. People have been asking if they're going to be able to get it at bookstores or events, and it's only going to be available through the Kickstarter if it gets funded. So that's what's going on this month of February, and I'm really excited about it. They're gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Can you talk in detail about like the covers and everything?
Yeah.
Like what makes these books so special compared to if you just went to like Barnes and Noble or your local bookstore and bought 1, 2, and 3?
Well, I love the original covers. I think they're gorgeous. And the really cool thing about the special edition is the same artist, Laia Draws, did the character cameos. So I feel like there's almost an extension feeling where it's Heather and she's wearing her same dress that she's wearing on the cover of the first book, but she's holding her cell phone and it almost looks like a royal wedding portrait. That was my inspiration for these. And then the front, each of the books has the place where the story takes place. So the first book has Heather's cabin and it says, I'm in love with Mothman. The second one, I'm engaged to Mothman, has the castle in Eclipsica, which is the magical realm that they travel to. And then the third book has the tower, because we're getting a little bit of a damsel energy, a little bit of a Rapunzel vibe where, oops, she gets kidnapped by a vampire king. That doesn't sound fun. It is fun. And so each place has the location and it has a character cameo. And then they're also going to have the text and the flowers will be that sort of shiny gilded, and the edges will be sprayed. So they're just like fancy books. And I'm really excited.
That's so exciting. I feel like these are so beautiful for people who are collectors and then people who just want to get all of your books because they know they're going to love them and they want to get them in like a super special, elite, I'm fancy, schmancy, pantsy kind of way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big kind of culture, I don't think that's the right word, but for collecting special editions. Like there's a huge, like people have these really gorgeous shelves with these like incredibly beautiful books. So to see stories that I've written in such a beautiful way where they've been like really lovingly redesigned has been really special. And especially to have some sort of artistic direction on that has just felt really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
And our friend Megan did the sticker art, right?
Yes. Yeah. And they're so cute. There's one of Heather like all like freaking out, like flustered, and it says, "Oh no, he's hot," which is a direct quote from the book, and I just love it so much. And she draws Sprout so cute. Yeah,
so cute. I got to see everything before you guys because I am Paige's twin sister,
she
and
has
I have
special privileges.
Yes, I'm like a VIP.
Very important.
Wait, I was VI.
You're trying to make a pun and then
very important twin. Yeah.
Well, also, it's the telepathy connection too, where I didn't even need to tell her any of this. She just woke up and she's like, oh, there's going to be a special edition.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she called me.
Yeah. I'm like, that's so Raven.
Yeah. Exactly. That's our life.
I have a serious question for you.
Okay. I'm ready.
The Vampire King.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I love him?
No, it's not bad that you love him. Magnus, the Vampire King, who is handsome. What do you love about him? Everything.
Yeah.
So it's a very popular sort of trope in fantasy in particular to have books where the romantic intro is getting kidnapped by a fae king or a vampire or something. And I thought it would be fun to have Magnus sort of in his story. He's the romantic hero. He is saving the princess. He is really thinks that this is going to be the start of his love story because he misinterprets everything that's going on with Heather. He really thinks that they're having a moment, that they're vibing. And so he just like swoops up, brings her back to his castle, and she's like, no, I'm literally engaged to Mothman. What would I want you for? Like she's done. And so I just thought that was an interesting idea to have that sort of romantic setup with zero payoff for him, and her arc is trying to figure out how to get out of this situation. Spoilers for book 3, that does involve setting him up with a dating profile and trying to get him matched with someone or interested in dating someone else, and that's the terms of their agreement.
Can we say all this?
Yeah, that's fine. It's on the back cover.
What are your biggest influences on this story? I already know Beauty and the Beast is one of them. Is there anything I don't know?
Beauty and the Beast is one of them. For Heather's character, Alexis from Schitt's Creek.
No way. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that she has all these little funny, a little bit Heather.
La 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 la.
She's got so many stories from her social media influencer days where it's like that I've peppered in, where we know that at some point in time she was on like a guest on a cooking show. Her mom has like a cooking blog that she's been running ever since Heather was small, and so she's like all of her so like all of her embarrassing details have been published on the internet from her mother, like from a young age. So she just has all of these like stories about getting dragged to Fashion Week and this and that, and having like all of these really cool adventures, but also a complete and total invasion of privacy, because that's such a real problem. These like family channels, mom blogs, where they essentially are using their kids as content, and I think it's very complicated. It's very messy. There needs to be like rules around it,
boundaries.
And so her character explores that how that would take an effect on you as a grown-up, and looking back and being like, there are stories of my first dates, my breakups, all of this stuff online, and I have no control over it. And we see not only all the stories of her wild, crazy adventures, just peppered through the story of just like little quips of her talking about this life of an influencer, but also like a real understanding that she gets to with her mom, where her mom's like, I never really thought about this. And it I think could have gone one or two ways. And a lot of readers have told me that it's really nice to see Heather's mom, Marcia, take a step back and really understand that she wasn't in the right there and she was acting selfishly.
Yeah, that is complicated. And I feel like it is an important thing nowadays, because when we were kids, the mom blogs, the mom Instagrams, mom talk, all of those things did not exist.
No.
So I think that's a cool thing for Heather's character, because you don't really get to explore that too much, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's such a new thing still, and we are getting people who have like told their stories now of like what that experience had been like. So it felt like a realistic time. I had to do some Googling of like, okay, how old can she be realistically, where this would be a consistency in her growing up. And it felt weird because we're 35 now. It was our birthday this past.
Happy birthday to
happy
us. I think we said that at the beginning of the episode.
Maybe
but you
we
guys didn't
did
know again.
Yeah,
it's
our birthday.
We filmed like 10 intros. We don't know. We don't know what we said.
But yeah, and we have been on the internet since its very early days.
MySpace, AOL Instant Messenger.
So I had to think about like, okay, how much earlier, like when did these start? You know? And they've been around for a long time, just on Yahoo Geo sites and what have you. Yeah.
And then there were like what was that one when my first little boyfriend broke up with me on?
Oh, LiveJournal. Yeah, that was, what a day that was. Gosh, to be broken up on LiveJournal. Oh, yeah.
You guys get a little Lashes Lane lore in this episode.
We got stories.
It's like, the Matrix is real. I must save her. And then the next one was like, I know you're reading this. We're done.
Yeah.
How old are we?
Oh, we were
like
13? Was that middle school? Yeah, I think
13.
So. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So funny. But the internet's changed so much from then to now, where TikTok.
Do you think people are getting broken up on TikTok now?
Ew, I hope not.
Oh, that'd be
If you're
sad.
watching this TikTok, I'm breaking up with you. If you're not watching the video,
she's doing
a
TikTok style dance.
I don't know how to do TikTok dances. Did you ever do a TikTok
that was
dance?
really, I tried to do the Space Girl.
Oh, yeah.
And I messed it up real bad. Yeah.
What's your favorite social media platform right now?
They
What?
It's about to be so negative. I was going to go,
they all suck. Social media sucks. You like that one, that red note?
I do. Yeah. I don't post on there just because it didn't feel like a great avenue for like book promotion.
Yeah.
But gosh, I do love just its recipes and cute outfits and stuff. For posting, I'm the most active on Instagram right now. I like Instagram, I think, the most right now. I do still post on TikTok, but I took it off my phone during the blackout.
Sucker.
So now I don't have it on my phone, and I've been having to upload on my desktop.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, and so because I it's still a platform that like it makes the most sense to share an advertisement, especially with this special edition. So yeah, it feels really bizarre for this very casual platform that I posted on for years. It was my favorite one. That you just would pull out your phone and make something really quick, and now I have to like think about it.
Yeah.
I have to film in advance, and I have to upload it from my computer. It feels weird.
That is weird. I think I'm the most active on Instagram as well.
And YouTube for you.
Yeah, YouTube for sure.
My famous vlogger
Oh
sister.
yeah. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Do it.
All right, so we are going to start to wrap up this episode, but I have a couple more questions.
Okay, I'm excited.
And you haven't talked about any of this on any other podcast or the internet. I think you teased it a little bit, but one of my favorite classic monsters is, well, I like a lot of them. I am a big classic monster gal, but one of my favorite fellas is the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
And you have a book that you are working on right now, and it is about the swamp monster.
It is.
Can you talk about that? Is this
thing?
An exclusive moment?
It is an exclusive moment because I've been worried about talking about it too early, because before a draft is totally finished, you're like, is this going to take me a year to edit? And then I've kind of announced it too soon or whatever it may be. But I'm finally in like that final stretch for it. And I love this story so much. So you meet the swamp monster in book 3. So when you read book 3, you're going to meet Gil. He's the best. He's sweet. He's handsome. He's Southern. And he is just like, the minute I introduced him on the page and I'm getting married to Mothman, I just kind of like fell for this sweet swamp monster. And if you've read book 3, this isn't a spoiler, but his introduction is him in this like 70s kind of stilt house in like the fairy realm, where it's very retro. He's just like very homey and lovable. Like from right off the bat, you're like, oh, I love this guy. So the book is childhood best friends to lovers, which is a really fun trope where they knew each other growing up. She met him at summer camp, and it starts off where she is so certain that he was an imaginary friend. So it's going to be her going back to the camp and them reconnecting, and she has no idea that this is the person that because he's going to be disguised for a little bit too. And
I'm just picturing the swamp monster like just like a bucket hat and like a silly little mustache glasses thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure if like this is the best pitch for it. I'm in that like rambly, so excited sort of thing.
This is great. But, I'm in. I'm hooked.
It's so fun, and I just love getting to like explore a little bit of Florida settings too. I am really basing the campgrounds on Silver Springs.
Okay, cool.
Where parts of Creature they were filmed. And you can do the glass bottom boat tours and stuff there. And I got really inspired to write this when I was visiting, and I was on the glass bottom boat tour, just looking at this really crystal clear water and these sort of cavern looking things with these bubbling things. And I thought, if you swam down there, it would make so much sense to end up in some sort of magical dimension. And so that's kind of what the spark of the story was. And I've just been developing them for the past year or so. So yeah, I don't have the title announced for it yet, but I would definitely recommend going over to my website and subscribing to my mailing list, because I should be kind of talking more about the details of that soon. And it's also a stretch goal for the Kickstarter. If we get over funding our goal, I cannot remember by how much, everyone gets a preview of the Swamp Monster book. Yeah.
When should we be expecting an announcement for this?
I don't know yet.
So if people subscribe to your mailing list,
Yes.
which I'll put your website in the description for the episode, and I'll put the Kickstarter link as well. But if they subscribe, they will have the news first.
They will have the news first
After
if they're on my
me.
mailing list. After, because
I know everything before
well, you already
guys.
know the title.
Yeah. I know everything, but I have to act surprised.
Yeah.
Like Beyonce winning a Grammy. What? Come on. She knew. She knew. I'm sure she knew.
I've been in like, I keep bumping this, just like, yeah. Bleh, bleh.
Yeah. Don't lick the microphone. Germs. If this episode sounds a little choppy, I have to tell you guys, we're gushing about Gil. We're gushing about all the amazing things that you have going on with these different monsters and the romances and sprinkle dinkles and making a bunch of jokes about butts, and we're having the time of our lives. And then we look at my phone and it says storage is full because I am recording the video from my phone. I get a new camera. It comes tomorrow. It's going to not be the phone anymore, right?
I feel bad.
No, why do you feel bad?
Because we've been partying too hard.
We've been having the best time.
Phone run out of space.
Yeah. So 45 minutes, my phone was like, stop it. We're full. Sid Stratton, we have his phone.
Yep.
So
Thanks, Sid.
yeah. We're recording on a different phone now, and we are going to try to wrap it up so we don't take up all the space on this phone.
I was hoping we could just like almost take all of his storage space.
Make
this podcast 3 hours long.
3-hour podcast, a 3-hour tour,
a 3-hour tour.
What was it called?
Tour?
Glass bottom tour. I just really want this episode to be all video because our voices sound so similar.
They do sound really similar. And we did a test where I was using like my higher register that when I talk when I'm nervous.
And I was using my like lower.
And we really tried and we realized we just sounded like we were doing a bit
silly.
Yeah.
It was silly. So I wanted to ask, once we talked about Gil and the story for the swamp monster, and is there a little sprinkle dinkle of spice?
There is a sprinkle dinkle of spice. And now we've done this bit before.
Yes.
And I did ask you previously how much a sprinkle dinkle is.
And I said it's one circle.
All the
way around.
And I said Lashes Lane, get in the comments, needs to write a cookbook where it's like a sprinkle dinkle of cinnamon.
A sprinkle dinkle of
vanilla.
Your favorite protein powder.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun creating the intimate moments between the characters because I just think that it's a really tender story. It's very summer romance, I think is where it's gonna fall. And they're really sweet together. Every book of mine is kind of from happenstance having chronic illness representation. So one of the things my main character Marina is dealing with is she has psoriasis, and he's a big swamp monster with scales. And so there's this sort of like acceptance of each other in their like true forms and their stripped down forms, where she feels self-conscious about these like scaly patches on her skin, and he's not sure if he'll be accepted as this big swamp monster that she doesn't quite remember. And so there's that angst of wanting to be known too, you know? Yeah, which I think comes across in most monster romances too.
That's so sweet.
Thanks.
So psoriasis. We actually have a lot of experience with psoriasis. Growing up, our mom had psoriasis. She still does. It's a lot better now that we've moved to Florida. She's changed her eating habits. It does like more anti-inflammatory diet, and then uses like shea butter and stuff. And it's cleared up in the Florida sun quite a bit, I think. But you have psoriasis.
I do. I have it really bad on my neck, which is I wear my hair down a lot to kind of cover this big scaly patch on my neck. And so I gave it to her just in the same placement. I was like, all right.
Really?
Yeah. And it's really hard for me even just sitting and doing this podcast because I want to itch it.
Oh.
And it's not even like it itches constantly. It's almost like this like compulsion. It's like you want to, I don't know how to describe it. If you have psoriasis, you probably understand. But it's something, again, like Heather has Hashimoto's, and that is something I never had seen in a romance novel.
And you
before,
have Hashimoto's.
And I do. And I just want that casual representation across media where characters happen to have psoriasis, happen to have Hashimoto's. The next couple books lined up in this series will have asthma, will have chronic fatigue. So it's one of my friends joked that I'm just handing them all a chronic illness that I have as if it was Halloween candy. Just like, here you go. Here you go. Yeah.
Trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
I get asthma.
Yeah.
And a sprinkle dinkle of psoriasis.
Sprinkle dinkle.
I've only had a little bit of psoriasis.
Yeah, it runs in our family.
It does.
Yeah.
So I've had it before on my ear and on my elbow, but a very small amount. A very small amount. So if you have psoriasis,
you know what works on it?
What?
Diaper cream.
A sprinkled dinkle of diaper cream?
No,
diaper. Well,
so much. So and I got that Aquifer one. We went to Target together
to
and we
get
got
diaper
that-
cream
yeah,
for her neck.
for my neck.
Yeah.
And we got Aquifer, and I got to tell you, the bum paste works better.
Bum
the Aquifer
paste.
is not great on it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bum
So
paste is a thing that works. You
try
heard it here
out
first. Yeah.
If you have psoriasis
Mm-hmm.
or you need bum paste. So we've been yapping for a really long time. We're
Yeah.
going to close out this episode. Before we go, I wanted you to tell everybody where to follow you and a little bit more about that Kickstarter, since it is February and that's going to be ending pretty soon. So if people want to get on that, they probably should.
So I know we're supposed to do like our succinct outro right now, and you are the boss. This is your podcast, but I'm going to come in with sister energy and just say, y'all, if you have the chance to come out to a Bad Witch show, Lashes Lane over here is the best MC. She creates and fosters the warmest environment where you walk in. It feels, a lot of times I think people go into a burlesque show thinking it's going to be intimidating, thinking it's going to be like maybe even a rough crowd. Like they're not sure, you know?
Right.
I remember the first time I went, I wasn't sure if it was going to be really... feel like you're walking to a bar or something like
a
that.
strip
You know
club
what I
or
mean?
something.
You don't know. A lot of
Right.
people, if you've never gone, you don't know. The Bad Witch show environment feels like this wonderful community. It's just filled with creative people. It's filled with warmth. You can feel the support for the performers. You can feel just like a really good buzz of this, just like almost like a wholesome energy of community that you've created. You are the most wonderful host. And if you have a chance, the next show is February 22nd. It's going to be incredible. It's It's going to be really just wonderful. I've heard so much about all the acts that are happening. And please go get your tickets before they sell out.
Do you know what
You got to do it. You told me. Are you telling them?
Mm-mm.
Oh, nothing. It's really good. You better go get your tickets. Thank you for having me on your podcast.
Thank you for those
I love
nice
you
words.
so much.
Love
yeah, I'm really
you.
proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
You have other secret projects that I don't think you've announced yet that I
have.
want to. Oh, have you?
Well, not really.
Okay.
Kind
Well, I'll
of.
let Lashes do that at another point in
That's
time.
another episode.
Yeah, but there's really good secrets. So keep following this lovely, lovely human.
And follow this lovely human.
Yes. And the info that you asked for with the Kickstarter is
Yes.
Kickstarter.com. Type in Mothman in Love. These books are only going to be available in the month of February. We still have some of Sprout's loot boxes left.
Oh, cute.
Those include a My Flame ring, which is what Moth calls Heather. I believe.
I'm gonna put a picture of it right here.
Yeah.
That's my hand. That's my hand right
That's
there.
her-
That's
yep.
my hand.
If it's the video with the monster glove, that's my hand. And that's movie magic, y'all. But yeah, it's a really good opportunity to snag some special editions. And my website is paigelavoie.com. Check out all of the show notes and the links, and keep supporting Bad Witch and Lashes Lane
And Paige Lavoie.
and me.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching the show. Everything that we've talked about, the links are going to be in the show description. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on Spotify, please subscribe. You guys are the best. And we are going to do a Nosferatu episode very soon, and maybe a Crimson Peak episode. So we should do a Dracula episode.
Okay.
We should do a Dracula
You want to do all
episode.
three?
Yeah.
Just commit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here now. I live here now, everyone. I hope you had fun.
Thank you for watching. Bye,
Ooh,
guys.
do you want to do this one?
No, I don't. I'm not doing that. Bye, guys. Love you.
This one?
I am here with
Me.
it's Paige Lavoie, my twin sister. So, Paige, I've been wanting to have you on my little show for quite some time. Hey,
You might want to sync the audio.
no, we're good.
Okay.
We're good. Okay. Action.
Okay.
Why are we like this? We have to have a real conversation. I think it's... Why are we so silly? It's... No! What did it happen again?
Okay.
This can all be in the like. Boop. All right, let's try it one more time. I'm gonna be fucking cool.